Okay, today we are going to be talking about shades and tints using blue, a black, and a white, and seeing the different varieties of color that you can get with just one color and black and white. So I'm going to take some blue, and I have lots of blue from our color wheel project the other day. So I'm just going to put some blue on my palette here. And what I'm going to do is put a little bit. So we're going to try, let's do six different puddles. So what you want, just to measure out, you want quite a bit here, then you want a little bit less, maybe 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops, and even less. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some white. So I'm going to add a drop of white to this puddle. Ooh, that's a funny looking white. A drop of, well, that's probably too much. Let's just keep going. So we have the same amount of white with each puddle, but more blue with each puddle, and see what we can get. So let's start down. Let's start with this darkest one. So this is the most blue and a little bit of white. So we're just going to mix that together and see what happens. Because I should have put I'll leave room at the top to put straight blue there. So I'm just back and forth loading my brush. We'll mix that white in with the blue. And I'm going to leave a spot here at the top, but this is the next color. I'm just going to do a band of blue. Now, let me see here. I'm going to take another brush, and I'm just going to take that blue color. I have some blue here on my palette, and I'm going to paint that at the top. This is a straight blue with no white at all. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to wash my brush. You wouldn't have to, but I'm going to wash my brush out. And then we're going to move on to the next amount of blue and the same amount of white. So we're just going to mix this together. So what you're trying to do is see the different varieties of blue that you can get by just adding a little bit of white and varying the amount of white or blue. Isn't that pretty? Wow, those are some beautiful colors. Okay, washing my brush again. Okay, now I'm going to mix the next one together. You can see it's starting to get less blue in there. And this is not an exact measurement, so it's going to vary when you try it. So, isn't that pretty? Okay, we're going on to the next one. Just mixing that together. Really pretty sky blue going on there. Okay, go on to the next row. And on to the next one. Very pretty. And on to the next one here. A lot more white. And we got our lighter color down here. And then the next thing you're going to do is just add straight white. And we'll just put that at the bottom with a little bit of blue on my brush. So there you have it. This is the blue with white, and it is our tints. So we'll go on and we'll do the blue in the shadows, shading, sorry. The next thing we're going to try making is a tint with the blue and a little bit of black. So I have on my palette equal size blobs of blue, and I'm just going to add a touch of black to them as I go. So I think what I'll do is start with the straight blue at the top, and that's just the plain blue. And what I'm going to do is add just a tad black to this next one. So let's do this tad like that, and I'm going to mix it to this puddle here. Now black is going to be definitely more overpowering, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more to the next puddle. And I probably got way too much because it's already turning black. Yeah, it's probably too much. But you can see, oh, that's really pretty actually. Look at that. So add some more to this one. You can see what happens when I add the black to the blue. So I'm not going to, I don't think I'll keep going, but because it's just going to keep getting darker and darker, but that's the idea. You want to create different shades. So see that? So how about we try just adding a touch of black to this and see what we can get. It's more like a gray color, creating like a stormy cloud gray. So pretty. And what if I did this here? Just, I really want you to feel comfortable practicing mixing paints and getting different shades of colors, because that's when you learn how colors mix together, that's when your artwork can just explode, because you're not committed to just buying the paint in the tubes. You can make your own. There we go. Okay, so play around with that. That is 3 colors. We had the blue, the black, and the white. And look at all those different varieties of colors that we can get from that. So give it a try.